Well, I know that every game's different, but I was going to ask you, the way Saturday's game ended, is that something that kind of have a carryover effect sometimes and maybe spark a little bit of a good spurt for a team when you do what you guys did in that game Saturday?
Yeah, I thought we were generating offense, and then finally we got one that got us in a good motion there. They finished the game off. I thought it was a great comeback for our guys, good confidence builder in terms of that situation. The place was electric, so it was an exciting environment to be in.
And obviously, this first game this weekend is kind of a team that's had a similar situation to you guys recently. They've been, not playing great, and stuff. Do you see like some similarities in just what you and Harvard have kind of gone through the last couple of months?
I think, I had to watch them on tape. Obviously, I see they're generating offense. They're not, they've had some trouble scoring some goals recently, but they get up and down the sheet pretty well. They're going to be a team. Obviously, they got some good forwards that we're going to have to contend with. It's I haven't looked at it that close. We're still self-absorbed in terms of making sure we're improving here and continue to improve in our offensive identity. We had Saturday was the most offense we've generated in terms of chances and good scoring chances in about a month. So that's one thing we want to continue to build on here in terms of situation. Look, going into the weekend, a lot of focus on ourselves. Tomorrow we'll change a little bit and maybe focus on Harvard's power play and some things they do well as a team themselves. But overall, fully aware of who their players are, who we'll have to shut down, but more so still focus on ourselves.
And the one weird thing I was telling these guys too is really been since November that you guys have gone on a real road trip. Does that seem kind of hard to believe that you could go this many weeks? So Lake Placid doesn't really count because that's a neutral site game, but does it seem kind of odd that you can go this long without taking a long bus trip somewhere?
Yeah, no question. We're excited. It's you like the road. Guys like getting on the road, right? It's a good camaraderie for the team and all that. And it has been a weird schedule from that perspective there. And but it's nice to get out on the road and challenge ourselves in terms of two tough environments and teams that play well at home. So we're looking to take advantage of the situation that we can get together here and get and play our game. And it's going to be hard to get points on the road in this league, and we're going to have to play well to do that.
And the other odd thing I noticed is you guys have already played 3 teams twice, and these are teams you haven't even played yet. There's like 4 teams you haven't played yet, so it's been kind of a weird schedule this year.
You'd like to play almost like a first half of the year and a second half of the year, wouldn't you? It would make sense, but I don't do the scheduling, so I don't know why that's the case. But you think you'd get everybody through a cycle, either home or away once, and then the same thing to finish off the season. But the other thing too is you never know when you catch a team. If you play them four times at a certain stint, and there's injuries on either side of the team, it can be lopsided in terms of that with the situation. But it is what it is. We're playing some good teams here down the stretch. Everybody in the league is tight, so points are at a premium right now. But ourselves, it's just to continue to push ahead with who we are and stick to the process for ourselves and what we need to do to be successful.
The last thing I was asked about was the power play. I know it's like getting the goal Saturday. What can that do to help boost their confidence a little bit? I'm sure the more 0 games you have on the power play, it can start to get a little mental thing maybe with.
Well, a lot of our we hadn't been playing skating really well in terms of situation to draw a lot of penalties. I'll be perfectly honest with you. So a lot of our games were 0 for 2 and maybe it was 20 seconds on a power play. We didn't have a whole lot of power play time per se in a lot of the games. So and that's part of our problem because if you're not playing great and not pushing the envelope, you're not drawing a ton of penalties. And we've talked about that, like in terms of situation when we're taking 5 or 6 penalties against teams, they're forcing us to use our sticks and our skating and our physical interface and all that, and we end up taking penalties. So we have to take it on ourselves to draw penalties and to force a team into 4, 5, 6 penalty kills that now they're on their heels, so we can take advantage of it. But going in a game, like we always say, if we can keep a team under 3 or 4 power plays, your penalty kill is pretty good. You haven't broken down in terms of your systems yet. They haven't. You can be good and aggressive. So we have to have a little bit more of a mentality to draw penalties as well for our power play to be successful.